Hello, so this is going to be a temporary video that I don't know how long is gonna stay up on my channel. I just mostly want it to be here until it serves its purpose of being here, which kind of is for 3 different purposes, and I want you to stay tuned until the end because I will be doing a little one card pull, a collective card pull for everybody on just general advice that you may need to be aware of, that you may need to focus on at this time in particular. But firstly, on that wavelength, spirituality and tarot is something that I've slowly, and witchcraft is something that I've slowly been including into the channel in a way where I don't want to piss people off who aren't interested in that kind of thing. But to see kind of how I feel about making that kind of content, how you guys obviously feel about that, the feedback I get from that, as that is a massive part of my life and it's something that I'm very interested in, and it's the kind of stuff I watch, and that is a part of me that's kind of growing and developing all the time, and I love documenting things like that. I want to have some sort of documentation of how far I've come, what I've learned. Like, this is my whole journey, my process. I don't know where it's going to take me. I don't know whether in the future it will be something that will evolve or change or completely go on a U-turn, but for now, like, it's a big part of my life and a big part of who I am, and I've enjoyed making it, and I want to continue making that kind of content as a sort of, I guess in a way, like a side content on this channel, so that people who are interested in that kind of thing can get involved with those videos that I post. But I want to kind of not only continue doing that, but introduce some more bite-sized videos on this channel focused around not just tarot, but spirituality and witchcraft, those kind of things, as somewhat of a series, because something that I mean, it's no unknown fact that my videos are typically very long and I tend to waffle, I tend to make these huge ass videos. But what I think would be really refreshing for me and kind of like a different angle is to post easier digestible videos, whether that's general chat or some like teaching stuff or some routines of some sort, but basically bonus content at the end of the day, so I'm not really adding too much workload to what I already do, content that people who enjoy that world as I do can enjoy as well as the other stuff I do. So that being said, I do want it to be some sort of like series on here, and I hate using the word series because that sounds like a commitment. It sounds like I've got this big thing planned, but really it's just I want to start creating discussions on this channel, like open discussions, and I want to talk about topics that maybe I feel like a lot of people on YouTube haven't covered or don't see things in the same way as I do. Like, I think it would be really interesting to start creating some videos on very particular beliefs I have, and a lot of the time when I want to create stuff on that wavelength, I find myself thinking that talking about one particular topic or answering one person's question for an entire video doesn't seem worth it, and I always shut myself down for video ideas like that. I'm always telling myself I really want to talk to people about manifesting or witchcraft or spiritualism, but I tend to just shove those beliefs and like my opinions within other videos that are like 25 minutes long, and they kind of just get lost. So then I get the same people asking the same questions because obviously they're not watching other videos that won't just have that topic in. So what I really want to do is start creating some more focused content on those things. I kind of want to give it a name. I don't know if anyone has any fun ideas for that. At one point I was like, oh, it might be cool to call it like tea and tarot or something, because it's like discussing something over the same length of time it takes to drink a cup of tea or something. I don't want to narrow like the things that I discuss, so I'm still in the middle of trying to think of a name for it. I think it would be really fun if it was like a name that we've kind of collectively come together to decide on, but that's not really the main point point of this video. The bigger thing I wanted to hear from you guys, and something that's really important, if you can use the comment box below and let me know, what are you most excited about? Where do you want me to cover and discuss, and topics, areas, beliefs are you most interested in hearing? As a starting point, obviously, as I go through this series, people will be using the comment section in those new videos to kind of give me ideas for what's to come next. But as a starting point, I need some, direction. So it would be really, really helpful if people could let me know where the interest lies on a very beginner level. Just let me know some stuff that you've been itching for me to talk about or cover or demonstrate or show. I don't know. My channel's never been. I always envy other channels that will post videos in between their videos where they're just sort of like not short clips. Well, sometimes they are short clips, just very condensed videos of a very particular topic. Like, I never find myself doing that because for some reason I try and cram in so many things in one video, hence why I end up having like 2 hours worth of footage that I try and edit down. Because I think I worry about not enough people wanting to hear about that particular thing. I suppose at the moment I've been really focused on my niche and topics that are a little bit more nichey than my norm. I'm trying to not be as general as I have been throughout the entire God knows how many years I've been on this website. So that being said, there's also a very important announcement that I want to make on this video, and this isn't a sponsor, this is just a favor, and this is something that is really important to me and I want to see do well. It's incredible and I really support and can just like visualize how well this, like the potential of this product. But we have 3 days left until this crowdfunding campaign runs out, and they are 87% through their goal. It's stressful, but I really want to see this tarot deck do well. So this girl called Alice Smeets, who I'd heard of before because she had created another tarot deck that a lot of people in the tarot community talk about and mention, she decided to make a new deck called The Gift of Life, and this deck in particular focuses around trying to reveal your hidden talents and your kind of unique abilities. Every deck has its like main purpose. This one is about uniqueness, finding your thing, and I think that goes in quite well what I was discussing today, to be fair, wanting to do a bit of that on my channel personally, finding your niche as an individual. And that's not really what particularly interested me in this deck, it was more the images. So the lady called Alice, she's a photographer and she's a therapist, she's a tarot reader. One day she just decided, out of like from all the photos that I've taken in different countries, I'm going to make a tarot deck out of them. So she's connected, at first you think, oh okay, so she's connected all these photos somehow to all of these cards in tarot. How could that be possible? There's so many cards to think about. And then you'd assume that some maybe don't fit, like oh maybe the magician won't look like the magician, you might think. But it's shocking to think that she hasn't taken any of these photos purposely for the cards, but these are literally from her archive. Some of these photos she's had for years and years and have won awards before, so they're like really lovely images. They're not rushed, One of my favorite kind of decks is everyday styles, ones that are relatable. But at the same time, the interesting thing about this is it's relatable, but also really diverse, because obviously these are like real life people, and therefore I can relate to them more so than drawings and cartoons, etc., paintings or whatever. But they come from completely different cultures. It's a really diverse deck, and I will show you, she was generous enough to send a few samples of the cards that she does have. She doesn't have the entire deck sorted yet, hence why she has this campaign up. The kind of rawness of these images as well. What I love about tarot in general is how you can get lost into the art and really feel what the person's feeling, and obviously connect them to the card that you're reading and figure out how, why they are associated to one another, like what that means for that person's life, what they're feeling in that exact moment. And that's exactly what you think when you see these cards. Like, look at that. So this is a all or nothing campaign. So if the goal isn't reached in 3 days time, it's not going to be made. I really want it to be made. These are real people, real scenes. It's not, staged in any way, and that makes the kind of connection you have when you're reading. I know there's not the whole deck here, but I have read with these cards just for fun, and it makes you think about what this person's actual life is, because they're not, acting. It makes you more easily step into their world and understand it. So after the project costs have been covered, the organisation will use 80% of profits to support planting trees to regenerate in areas where Mother Earth has been harmed. And I think obviously that's another really important reason to support this deck. There are perks that if you do support, you will benefit from, such as you can receive a reading in exchange of supporting planting trees, as I said, and receiving the deck itself, of course, if they manage to reach the goal. You really can get lost in these images. The quality is really nice and big, but they're not too thick. Like, I'm so sick of using decks that are really, really thick and they don't have any give, but the cards are really big to properly get lost into the entire image. Tarot has really made me appreciate and understand art a lot more. I never used to stop and think about things and wonder what the purpose behind things were, but now I'm questioning everything that's ever been made, whether that's a film, painting, drawing, photo. Pentacles has been is earth, and swords is air, but look how happy she looks in the 9 of earth. Oh, see, this is the kind of stuff in the kind of bite-sized videos, these are the kind of things that I want to talk about, just a really relaxed, more focused video. And the sun, look at him, just so happy living his life. Oh my god, the 10 of cups, 10 of water replaces 10 of cups. How happy they are, just watching the sunset with their friends, appreciating each other, and the element of water obviously in there as well because we're on the beach. Empress, look at the lady with all her children. I mean, I don't know if they're her children, but she's caring for them, obviously. She feels in her place. She feels caring, nurturing. The Lovers having a little moment to themselves. The Hermit, proper moody card, deep in thought. He's got a lot of things to reflect over and think about. 8 of Earth, 8 of Pentacles. Building. They've got something in mind that they're trying to bring into fruition. The High Priestess, it's wicked, mysterious, kind of sexy as well. Anyway, I really love Alice Smeet's work and what she's done for the tarot community in general. So I hope you can visualize her dreams. At least share the link. If you don't have the money, share it to people that you know might be able to support it and back her campaign. And yeah, fingers crossed for her. I thought it'd be fun just to shuffle these few cards. I know I don't have all of them, but I thought it might be a fun idea to do a collective reading as a piece of advice for everyone watching this video now, just to finish the video off and to set you on your ways and give you something to focus on for the rest of the day, the evening, maybe even the week. Oh, I just thought I'm the first person possibly ever, other than Alice, I guess, doing a little reading on this deck. Card has spoken. Card you receive is the Magician. Ooh, I love how focused he looks. He's got this crazy snake just traveling all over his body, and he's just very... Actually, that's an element I'm picking up on in general for this reading, because when it comes to the Magician, that's probably deliberate, and that's probably why she's chosen this image, not only just because what he's doing takes skill, and a lot of people would say it's magic that he's able to control that snake, but that concentration, that focus is a very key part of the Magician, to manifest stuff and to bring things into reality, our wishes, our hopes, our dreams, whatever that we desire in life has to come from a place of extreme focus. If you've got a million other things next to that which you also want to achieve, it's probably going to take you 10 times longer to achieve one of those things. It's about condensing down things to a point where you've got more of a pinpoint idea of where all your energy and drive should be going into. Once you've got your priorities lined up like that, you're able to hone in all of that focus into that one area, and ultimately that's the last thing that's left for the Magician to do. He has all of the physical stuff he needs. He has the experience, logic, required to achieve the things he needs. And that's what this card is saying for you. All that's really left, if there's a lot of you who are ready to take that last step, or even that just a very important key step which gets the ball rolling or will finally bring your vision into reality, the only thing left is to know that you are able to do it. Sometimes we can block ourselves off from doing that because we assume that we're not able to, we don't think that we have it in us, or we're capable for some reason, or the universe doesn't want to give us it, we feel like we don't deserve it. And with manifesting, the first thing you will learn if you look into the law of attraction or manifesting stuff is that you have to believe that you already have that thing, you're already capable. Look how calm he is, look how chill he is. Like, he's not stressed on whether he's going to be losing control over that creature. He has that faith, and he concentrates exactly on what he wants to be, where he wants to be, and he like feels it in his bones. So what I would take from this is to cut out some of if there's a lot of things that you're trying to achieve at once, focus on one at a time. You know, the first one that comes to mind, the one that sits at the top of the list when you write it down in an order of priority, because I think being overwhelmed can sometimes mess with our magic capabilities. So that is all. I'm going to leave that here. If you can let me know, like I said earlier, and obviously I'll leave a link to the campaign down there. Please click. I'll appreciate that. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already to be notified every time I make a brand new video. And I do tarot readings if you want to book one of them. Facebook.com/tarot with Ellie. Bye.